So one of the things that I require from myself and from the connections and relationships that I now want to build in my life and want to be a part of my life is that I want to remain authentic and just be authentic and real. Because that is important to me to always present who I am, regardless of any situation. Because I'm able to navigate life a lot better when I'm staying true to me and knowing what I want and what I desire out of life. And that's the same with relationships that are in my life. I'd rather get who that person is. I don't need no gimmicks, no tricks, no anything like that, but being who they are so I know what I'm getting and I know how to navigate the relationship well. Because having those real relationships allow you just to navigate life a lot better and help you to thrive because you have the truth in front of you. Nothing else, no fluff, nothing like that. And that's the same thing even with sharing your story, share your testimony. Just be honest and real. Be truthful about it. You don't have to add anything to it. You don't have to take anything away from it. We all need every type of story that's out there. It's good to hear people that went through things and to hear how they overcome them. And it's also good to hear from people that haven't went down certain paths and they were able to just live life without going down the wrong way. And that's a good testimony in itself that you were able to be kept away from things that God was keeping you from falling into certain traps in life, and you were able to live this life of peace and joy. And the same thing, back to what I said earlier, like when it comes to overcoming certain things, it's good to hear people who have went through hardships and they have went through some hard divorces, went through some terrible relationships, and had to overcome some financial struggle. It's good to hear those stories because people sometimes can, and I have to clue all of us, sometimes we get into this trap of thinking that we're the only person, and when we think we're the only person, we feel like we can't get through certain things, and that we're gonna have to just put up with it, and we're gonna have to just be stuck because we don't see no way out. But when you hear somebody else's story and they talked about how they had to walk through that process and now seeing who they are now, who they are today, that is something just worth, man, that's something worth paying attention to. And that can just do so much for your heart and give you so much encouragement. And it's just good just to hear those stories. So it's nothing wrong with telling your story. It's nothing wrong with telling your testimony, talking about things you went through, talking about things that you have overcome, because it's good to share that story. Just tell it. And I understand not everybody wants to tell everything they went through. And I understand about some topics can be very sensitive. But I also see there are other people that are just bold with it. And it's nothing wrong if you just lay everything out there. Because if I have overcome something, I'm not ashamed to talk about it. I'm not. And I know you still will have people around you that will try to hold that, against you of something that you did in the past. And I'm learning now that this is still my motto. If they're still stuck on the past, I have to let them stay there. I cannot do nothing about how a person feel about old mistakes, past mistakes I have done. If I know that I've asked God for forgiveness and I have turned my life around and not going in that same direction, then I have my peace right there. I have my peace right there. I'm not going to wait on people to be happy with where I'm at in life. I have my peace right there. So tell your story. And also, most important thing, do not forget to give God the glory in all of that. That's an important thing because we know if it was not for God, some of us actually would be dead. Some of us actually would be locked up. Some of us actually would be in some very tough and hard situations right now. I give God the glory for everything. Even when I wasn't doing right, I know there were times that God showed me some grace and had just gave me some favor, showed me some mercy when I knew that I was not doing right and I knew I wasn't living up to the standards that I was taught. So thank God for allowing you to get out certain things. Thank God for giving you a chance to move forward, give you another day to get right, to walk away from certain situations that have killed some people. Thank God, give him the glory for allowing you to get the job that you get, to allow you to stay where you stay, to actually pay your bills on time every month. These are the things that we can talk about. And these are just the type of stories that just saying these things. This is something we need to talk, air out more about. Well, not air out more, but to put out there more. because people need to hear. People need to know that God is just not a one time. It's not, experience of God is not just a one time thing. It's not just a Sunday morning thing, but He actually does care about every aspect of your life. And when you have given the opportunity to escape certain situations, to overcome things, always take time out just to say, you know what, God, I thank you for allowing me to get through it. Give Him the praise on that, because then you're setting your mind to always look to Him when things get hard, even when things do go well for you. Always give Him the glory because He gives you strength for it. Because if I ain't had the strength to do the things that I do, then it's not gonna get done. And I know God gives the strength. Even when I stay up to do certain papers, or I have to go and balance my work life and do other things in my home, I still thank God for the wisdom and the strength for it. So be authentic, tell your story, and always give God the glory.